So, welcome to our first meditation of 2022. Each day throughout the month of January, we're going to have a different word as our theme, and it is going to follow the cycles of the moon. And I'm super excited about the fact that you're joining us. And so, what I want you to do is, I want you to get a spot wherever you are in your home, or in your car, just a spot where you're comfortable. And I want you just to begin to separate from all the busyness and all the noise and all the schedules and things that you have to worry about. And for these next few minutes, just try to bring your focus to this present moment. And so wherever you are, if you're able to, go ahead and close your eyes. Just sit up nice and tall. Allow your spine to grow long. Allow your shoulders to relax. And what I want you to do first and foremost is remember, this is a meditation practice, which means that every time that we show up, we're practicing our efforts to be present. It is not something that requires perfection or doing it right. It just requires that we show up. And so I want us just to begin this meditation time as well as this series with a lot of grace and a lot of patience and a lot of honor for the fact that we showed up. And so as you begin to get comfortable wherever you are, wherever you're seated, work out any last minute adjustments that you need to for these few minutes that we have together. And now begin to connect to your breath. Start to notice the inhale. How does it feel? Where does it start? Where does it end? And then notice the exhale. Are you able to try to get a nice rhythm of the two? And if not, just slow things down. Breathing in deeply and breathing out completely. And as we come together, today is January the 2nd. 2022, and it is the day of the new moon, which means that if we go outside and we look up in the night sky, we're not going to see the moonlight, but we still know that it's there. And so the new moon is going to serve as our bookends across these days that we have together, from the new moon of January to that first day of February. And so what I want you to do tonight or today, whenever you're joining us, I want you to picture what you see when I say the word light. And as the breath continues just to come nice and evenly, slow and rhythmically, what do you imagine in your mind's eye when I say the word light? Because light is our word for today. And my goal is that every time you either hear the word light or you look up at the moon over the coming days, you'll remember this time right here. These moments that you chose to come and draw your attention to this present moment and draw your attention to you. And so I have a quote that I want to share with you that says, when you possess light within you, you'll begin to see it externally. But I want to take that quote and I want to change it. And I want to change the word when to the word because. So as you sit there and you breathe, listen to this quote and think about the power of it. Because you possess light within you, you begin to see it externally. And what this quote is telling us is that the light within us, it is there whether you can see it or feel it all the time or not, it is there, just like the light of the moon. But like the moon, things get in the way. The position of the earth, of the moon, of the sun, all these things coming into alignment sometimes cause us not to see the light. But it doesn't mean the light of the moon is not there. The sun is still there providing this beautiful reflection. Things just get in the way. Just like in my life and just like in yours. And so what I want us to do across these minutes, our time of meditation, we spend a few minutes coming to a point, and then we spend a few minutes being there. So breathe in deeply and believe that there is light within you. Breathe out completely and let go of any doubt that is getting in the way of that belief. Breathe in deeply. Imagine the light glowing from your heart and from your spirit. Breathe out completely and get rid of the doubt. And I want to first tell you that I recognize that we live in the very real Very, very real world. And sometimes it's very easy to say the sentence or the statement that I have light within me, but I also know that I'm walking through a dark path, or I'm dealing with trauma or stress or disappointment. Having the light does not mean we won't experience those things. But having the light means that those things won't dismantle us. So from either a yoga practice or a meditation practice, we learn that the light begins to glow a little more strongly each time we show up. So that as the stress of the world gets stronger, or just like with the moon, as the position of everything gets a little bit more in the way, we just have to work a little harder to remember the light is there. And so breathe in deeply. Breathe out completely. When I possess light within me, it allows me to begin to see light externally. And so I want you to let your mind show you across these next couple moments of quiet. Where do you need to see the light? Is it in a situation at work? In the entire environment where you work? Is it in something that's connected between you and your significant other? Is it in your connection to your kids or your parents or your friends or your neighbors? Is it in the social media or the news that you are inundated with day after day? And I could go on with all the examples, but when we get quiet in just a moment, just let your mind show you. I possess the light. Now, where do I need to begin to use it in my external gaze, in my perspective, in what I see? So now let's just sit. And if your mind tries to distract you from something else or to something else, come back and picture that moon. Come back and feel your breath. Let that sound signify your thoughts coming back to these last few breaths that we have together before we head into our day, into our schedule, into our paths. Just listen to these words once again. Because I possess light within me, I can begin to see it externally. My wish for you today is that you take the light. Let it change how you see things in your world. Let it change your perspective, and let it allow others to see something different coming from you. Namaste.